Dun. There I am. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Hello, hello. Shout out to several people who are out in the audience that I'm aware of and know about. Shout out to Acadeka. Yeah. Thank you all for coming. It's a pleasure to have you here as always. Shout out to any of my world music students, symphonic band students. There you go. There you go. Out in the audience, here to cheer them on, completely and totally. And then shout out to the parents. Go ahead, parents. Yes. It's always great to have the parents here, completely and totally. I believe Mr. Rose is here. Mr. Rose, are you in the audience? There he is. Shout out to our assistant principal, Mr. Rose, in the back. And then, of course, we have the mighty and most humble of people in the back, my tech booth people. We need lighting, sound, and Triton Talk stuff, so give them a shout out and a little round of applause back over along in there, because they're working hard, getting stuff recorded. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things. Number one, I need you to make sure you keep your feet off of the back of the chairs. We love this facility. It's worth millions and millions of dollars, and you can see we can take care of it. But it's not like a movie theater, so you can't put your feet up on the back. Next thing, I need all cell phones to be turned off or on silent, so they don't go off during the program. Next up, if you would be so kind, at any time, if anybody ever solos, you are to give them the biggest round of applause on the planet. Let's practice. Gabe, stand up and come to the microphone for just a moment. Gabe's gonna come to a microphone, and they come to a microphone, and they play their little ditty. We'll practice here. So Gabe, yeah, okay, and he moved the microphone the correct way. All right, so Gabe, play 4 bars of anything right now. Go ahead. Okay. Anything, yeah. And then he's done. And then the next soloist comes up and the same thing gets repeated. Okay, it's not like classical symphonic band where you don't get to applause after the solo you do here in jazz improvisation. And speaking of improv, we're going to start our first song called 125th Street Blues. We're focusing on blues for the first quarter of our program. So now, let's see. I need a new member to the ensemble, so I'm going to go with Edgar. Edgar, since there was such controversy as to how many choruses or how many bars they were going to actually improvise, Edgar, you're going to call it heads or tails. Okay, good luck to you. And Edgar, how many choruses do you, as a student, want to do? 1 or 2? You want to go 1? Okay, so if you win, we do 1 chorus. Okay, so you're going to call it. Ready? I'm just going to let it land wherever it does, right? You got to call it before it lands. Ready? Go. Tails.
Tails.
It's tails. Yeah. 1 chorus. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Jazz Ensemble 1 and their first number. Please, round of applause. What a nice way to start the evening with some absolutely fabulous solos. Completely and totally. Congratulations on everybody's opening solos. Yay, 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 yay. That is an introduction to one style of blues. We're going to switch to actually a different style of blues and swing and go backwards a little bit to New Orleans style blues. So we're talking the time frame of King Oliver and his band, his Creole band, that actually helped to take the emphasis in blues and really center it in a different direction to where you focused more on the rhythmic patterns in space than you did with lots of melodic line like you would in a modern blues style. So we're going to mimic this a little bit after King Oliver, and it's entitled Whoopin' Blues. Enjoy. Give them another round of applause for their solos. Yay! More rhythm actually soloing in that particular section. One of the things that I always ask my instrumentalists to do at every one of our concerts is make sure that everybody takes a solo. And typically they actually get to pick the song that they're going to actually open solo on. So it's open to any instrumentalist in the ensemble. But one of the biggest things they have to be able to do is be able to listen back for chord changes. So they actually have to listen back to several key people. Number one is Paulina on double bass. They have to always listen to her walking and arpeggiating lines and chord structure. So Paulina, play any walking bass line you want. Just absolutely anything right now. Exactly. And she is actually just breaking apart the chord instead of what Andrea does, which is in block chords. Andrea, play any line that has block chords in it at all. Anything. Yeah, any. Going back to the Doobie Brothers. The Doobie. All right, yes, and she's playing a melodic line on top, but she's playing chord structure underneath. So the instrumentalists have to listen back. They have to listen to Paulina for that arpeggiated line and keeping track of the pulse. And then they have to listen to Andrea for the full chord structure. And then Kyle provides both rhythmic structure as well as chordal support. Okay, Kyle, it's now time for you. Let me play anything on the planet. Go ahead, sir. And there it is. So with all that going on in the background, they are paying attention and having to listen to it. By pushing them forward so that they're not looking at their music stands for any chord structures or any hints, what mode am I in, they actually have to memorize absolutely everything, and they have to constantly keep listening back, changing and adjusting, and it forces them to have to hear and listen. I got really wise really quick as a jazz educator. Pull them to the front so they have to memorize it faster. Yes. It makes them work and it makes them listen. All right, our next piece for you, a really, really, really rockingly cool tune. Shout out the title of the tune, please. Now, my ensemble, please tell me the famous orchestra that actually initiated this song. Shout it out loud, you better know it. Count Basie. Absolutely, really style swing. Yeah, and it's right there on the right-hand corner, right, of the music, bada bing. It took them about 4 weeks to realize that. And I was like, I just don't get this swing style. I don't understand why they don't understand this early swing. You know, we're dancing on the ballroom floor kind of a thing, and I'm like, we've gone to the recording, we've done all of this, and I've shouted out Count Basie several times, and then I finally said, did you look in the upper right-hand corner? Oh, it was there. Yes, it was there. Enjoy Jumpin' at the Woodside with several declared soloists in your program. Give another round of applause for our soloist, please. And now, you keep seeing these little changes. People are coming in and coming out. Did you notice? Yes. Can I have everybody out on stage, please? Even out of my side wings. Here. Here. Roberto, stay on out here. Ladies and gentlemen, I am incredibly blessed. I doubled my trumpet section this year. I went from the standard 4 to 8. Give them a round of applause. As a matter of fact, I probably should do this. I'm going to let all the newbies introduce themselves for a moment.
Hello, my name is Edgar.
Emily.
Roberto. Salvador.
Beautiful. Aaron.
Ernesto.
Oscar. Has been here for a long time. So she?
David.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. We're not done.
TJ.
Give them all a round of applause, please. Trina, I didn't forget you. Trina is an even specialer person. And yes, I did say specialer. All the English teachers are not going to kill me. I made a new word. Trina, did you notice what else she plays? Trombone. Give Trina a round of applause. And Trina, play a little ditty out of here for us. Why? Because I want you to show off your piano skills. Go ahead. Go ahead. It's okay. Just play a little opening intro. Give them a little taste of what Santa Baby's going to be all about. Give her a round of applause. Yeah! All right, now let all my newbies go off to the side wings as we change and we transition in Santa Baby. A 1, a 2, And for my students, the question is, what vocalist sang Santa Baby originally? Say her name loudly and don't give me it was a woman. She was alive at the time. Her name was? Eartha Kitt. Yes. Thanks to David who saved the day for everybody today. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. And bonga. There we go. All right. Switching gears to a completely different flavor of all kinds. We're going to go into Latin for a moment. Usually I don't do Latin until second semester. But I came across this interesting Christmas meets Latin tune, and I thought, oh, we have to do it. It's just too fun to pass up. It's going to start with a little introductory solo from Aaliyah on trumpet 1. Oh, Kevin, that last moment change. My apologies. Next time, please tell the director ahead of time. Not when she's on stage. No. We were talking about the other one, not that one, but that's okay. It's okay. I was in one spot, you were in another. It's okay. It's my bad. I'll take it. It's all about me. Opened with Kevin. Fairy dust. And then it's going to move into this nice little Latin tune. You're going to listen for the samba coming back in with a TJ on set. So enjoy Resti Mary Samba instead of Resti Mary Jump. wonderful little piece. I heard it at a clinic and I was like, that's a keeper, completely and totally. It was just, it's a very neat combination of God Rest Ye as well as the samba idea. Give our soloist another round of applause, please. Before we go through and we conclude tonight, I need to now introduce you to my returning members. I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves as they pass the microphone around and tell everybody how many years they've actually been in Jazz Ensemble 1. You can stand up, absolutely.
My name is Howell. I've been in jazz for 2 years. 3 years? Okay, 3 years. Yeah.
He's a senior.
I'm Gabriel Brown, and I've been since my freshman year. 4 years. And I've been playing for 3 years.
Joseph, been in jazz band for 4 years.
And I've been playing for 2 years.
I'm Kyle, and I've been playing for 3 years.
I'm Paulina, and I've been playing for 3 years.
I'm Andrea. I've been playing for 2 years. Sophomore. Ooh.
Hi, I'm Oscar, and I've been playing for 3 years.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Anthony. I started last year, second year. Yep.
Not returning.
I'm Karen David, and I've been playing for 3 years.
I'm Aaliyah, and I've been playing for 2.5 years.
Being in Jazz Ensemble 1 takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of energy. My students and I used to meet at 7:15 and now we meet at 7:11 every morning. And many of these kids are athletes. Raise your hand if you're an athlete, please. Okay. Raise your hand if you're involved in any other arts besides instrumental. There you go. And then, you know, add in the, you know, oh, I'm playing at this gig, or I'm doing, you know, this ensemble, or I'm going to be doing, you know, Mr. Pacifica on campus or something else. And start adding in all the little tidbits and things that they're doing. It's incredible. Then add in their academics. How many of you are in AP or honors? There you go. And so they come in, and they're doing a lot of things. And then some of them are not only bold and brave to do jazz ensemble with me in the morning and learn a whole new trade craft completely and totally. Please raise your hand if you were also involved in symphonic band. There you go. Please raise your hand if you're involved in marching band and color guard. There you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, very busy, completely and totally. And for them to get up and work with me at 7:11 in the morning and to be blessed to have a zero period such as I do, I count myself absolutely lucky. It's a joy and a pleasure to work with them every day. Some day they come in and they're happy-go-lucky, I'm ready to go, and other days are like, oh my, what happened last night? It must have been a bad study night and everything else in between. But no matter what, they come in and they work exceptionally hard. Please give them another round of applause for all their work. And we're going to conclude our evening here. Unless, you know, there's like some kind of a shout out from the audience for, I don't know, maybe an encore? Encore it is. My musicians back out on stage, come here. We'll bring everybody out for this one. I think you're going to be able to guess this tune, but we'll see. We're going to bring out the childhood back, you know, into you, your youngster years. Rounds of applause for the audience, please. By whatever do you mean, Emmanuel? Did you say do Frosty? Somebody out there said do Frosty? I swore that was Emmanuel. I mean, admit it, that was you, right, Emmanuel? About that Frosty. All right, we'll do it. No. All right. Thank you. Hold on. Sorry. Hurry up. You're just transitioning. And I'm just here to say, Jazz Ensemble 1, you remember my favorite characters from favorite childhood? I didn't even know. Christmas time. So please don't crush him. Don't hurt him. Don't help him. I'm proud. I'm Frosty. Well, all set. Here we go. A 1, 2, 3, another round of applause to Jazz Ensemble 1. And thank you all for being an absolutely wonderful, wonderful audience, for all of the applause, for all the solos and everything else in between, because again, these ladies and gentlemen work exceptionally hard. So hard, in fact, that we have another gig on Thursday. We're going to be at Ramona Elementary for the fourth year in a row. I want to say fourth year in a row, that they've been invited once again to play at Ramona Elementary. You know, the first year it was a, you know, kind of a, please come out and do this on short notice, and then the second year, would you like to come back? And then this year, September, she'd already emailed me, are you coming to Ramona? Are you coming again? And I'm like, we've had it on our calendar since last year. We're coming every single year, as long as they will have us, so we get to play for all the little ones on Thursday. And then next week for, hopefully, 1 week from this Friday, for Performing Arts Assembly. So we aren't done yet. We've got lots of hard work to do. Please give them another round of applause, please. Please. And thanks again so very much for coming out. That is the last of our encores. No, we do not have anything else, as much as we'd like to say. But we will have more for you next time, most indeed, all right? Take care. I know there's going to be a ton of students that are going to be going out the double doors and want me to sign papers and everything else in their programs for extra credit for all the teachers, so I'd be happy to do that for you. Again, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for coming out. Happy holidays. Please take care of yourself, and we'll see you in 2013.